Everyone's noticing, guys, how much liquidity that we have in XRP in terms of the holders. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute and how just the prospects are absolutely insane at the moment. So, market looking good. Bitcoin doing crazy things. All-time high after all-time high after all-time high. Very, very strong, which is where you want it at the beginning of a very strong alt season. Talking about alt season, most of the tokens are still minus 90, or at least between minus 90 and minus 75, which is actually quite insane. Normally by now, most of them would be at like minus 50 or something like that. But only the ones that have done runs like ETH, XRP, SUI and things like that are, no longer at minus 90 or minus 75 or in that range. What that says to me is that there is a lot of potential and a lot of tokens yet to come, and that the run hasn't actually started yet. So that's saying something for the likes of XRP. Now, that's for another video on another day. I'm back to my normal walking routine, and it's a beautiful day today. Anyway, so one of the tokens that hasn't done very well so far is Cardano, even though it has a lot of really, really good prospects. And the CEO or the founder, whatever you want to call him, he's going to do something about it. And he's proposed bringing on BTC and XRP onto the ADA network or the ADA blockchain. And he's looking to do that via DeFi. So we're looking at Bitcoin DeFi, which is holding a heck of a lot of liquidity, right? But when it comes to Bitcoin DeFi, there's a lot of choice. Pretty much any DeFi platform that exists, it's got Bitcoin on it, right? It's the big daddy. However, the other one that he's looking at, probably even more closely than he is Bitcoin, I bet he just said Bitcoin just to make other people happy, is XRP. He stated what we already know, that billions, hundreds of billions of XRP has been held for free in people's wallets, not earning any yields, not staked, nothing. Now, he's not the first person to say this, notice this, and try and do something about it. Obviously, that's why we have Flare right now, right? Flare network with the XRP. It's an attempt to harness some of that XRP liquidity for their own platform by giving XRP holders access to DeFi, right? And now ADA is trying to do the same thing. Obviously, Coinbase has done the same thing. So everybody's looking to do something with XRP because they recognize the liquidity that is locked up in that. And that is basically saying something about the heart of the XRP holder, the conviction and the loyalty of that community. Now, Cardano has a pretty strong community. So Charles Hoskinson knows a thing or two about loyalty. So when he sees the XRP army and appreciates it, that's saying a lot. Anyway, to be honest with you, this might be a little bit too late, and I'll talk about that in a minute. The third thing that he's looking to do is to bring on real world asset tokenization. And it's funny because he mentioned XRP and RWA in the same breath, which means even he associates the two together, which is to be expected because the king of RWA and the blockchain that is set to bring the entire RWA, not the entire, but the majority of that liquidity is going to come to the XRP ledger. He understands that, and he wants in. He wants in, guys. He wants in. Charles Hoskinson wants in on RWA on XRP-L. So why might it be too late for Hoskinson and ADA? Cardano. Well, like I mentioned before, FXRP already available on Flare. You have the wrapped XRP available on Coinbase, Base Network. You have others, all the other offerings. I think Uphold is doing something. And of course, there's an official EVM chain on the XRP ledger, or next to the XRP ledger. I keep forgetting the name of that chain. something. I've forgotten the name of it. And it is the official one. So a lot of DeFi is just happening on that anyway. And there's been so much ported onto that platform in the short period of time that, man, I don't think we're going to be, a lot of people are going to be sitting there not earning much on their XRP for much longer. And then, of course, with the inbuilt credit protocol or lending protocol that's been planned for the XRP ledger itself, a lot of people are just going to be happy to have their XRP providing functionality and liquidity natively on the XRP blockchain, that they're going to be making passive income that way and not to have to worry about some Cardano solution. So while this is a great piece of news for XRP, and of course it is because it's obvious to everyone, it might be too little too late. Well, shout out to Charles Hoskinson for noticing and kind of stating the obvious. Bitcoin maxis must be not very happy about this whole thing. But don't worry, maxis. At least your coin is at all-time high. And you have Michael Saylor shilling you on a daily basis. I mean, shout out to Michael Saylor, man. He reported something like 8.9 billion in profit or something like that. Good God, that's a lot of money. I wonder how El Salvador, Najib Bukele, I wonder how they're doing, because they stashed up some some Bitcoin, and if anything, right, the profits that the companies that stashed up Bitcoin are making now are kind of a precursor and an example onto those who are looking to stash up XRP as into their treasury, right, as a wealth storage or strategy accumulation. Because if BTC, that's barely done a 5x, 3x since the bear market, we're looking at XRP, that all indications are flashing, we'll be doing something like a 10x at a minimum. Not financial advice, your own research. Extremely excited, guys. Extremely bullish, and looking forward to walking through autumn on a daily basis yet again. I give it a rest for a month or so, just to, I had so much doing. I was traveling quite a lot, but I'm back home now, so the walk has recommenced, and you're going to be seeing me doing this more and more. Take care of yourself.